Hello pepper lovers, and welcome back to another episode of Growing with Isotope. Sorry this one's so late. Here you can see my capsicum rhomboideum cuttings in the back there. Now I'll talk about these cuttings. So I took cuttings from my mature capsicum rhomboideum plant as a little experiment really, to see whether cuttings would flower at a shorter height than a mature plant, and I think in conclusion, yes they do. You can see here there are flowers. And again at the back there, that is a flowering plant. I think this could prove quite useful for people growing in confined spaces. So what I did was I took sort of the top few inches off the top of a stem and rooted it in water. So if I come over here, you can see that. I've got some more cuttings here. These are taken at the same time. My camera will focus, that'd be great. And you can see down there, lots of roots in that water. Takes basically a few weeks to a month. I'm doing the same with tomatoes. Those are the normal red tomatoes in the back there. These are just some regular tomatoes. And these are the plants which I've been taking the cuttings from. You can see they look kind of abused. You can see the stumps there, very abused. And this is something more exciting. This is a Leopard Reaper cutting that I took honestly a couple of months ago now. It didn't actually root, so I just popped it in a pot. But what it did do was produce a little fruit for me, and I'm hoping that yeah, there we go. I was just going to say I'm hoping that one day I'll see roots at the bottom, but it looks like that's already happened, so that's really good. So it wasn't rooting at the time that I put it in, but I guess since this pod has pretty much ripened, it's focused its energy on developing roots. And you can see there at the back, right over here, I've got another Leopard Reaper plant coming along nicely. That one has rooted. So I'm very happy with the progress on them. This is like my cutting station. I've got several on the go. Now if we move on to the main event in the tent, that rhymed. We've got Ahicheluroro Amarillo, if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I do apologise. One exciting thing that's going on over here is that you might see that that one is actually, it's tied off at the top with a little piece of ribbon. That's because I have crossed that with the variegated sugar rush. So that's going to be another cross that I'm going to have to work on in the background over the years, which will be Ahicheluroro Amarillo crossed with variegated sugar rush stripey. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that one turns out. And next to it we've got an Ahi rainforest in the bottom there. Got quite a few of these pods. They look quite interesting. I'm looking forward to trying them. I haven't really seen many people sort of in the community grow them, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they taste like. And this capsicum annuum plant here is my lemon spice jalapeno. It's very cramped. I'm not sure how many pods it's got on it because they're all kind of just crammed in there. Classic, eh? And that beautiful red plant in the background is my IC009. Unfortunately it did have stripes, but the final ripe colour was red, and actually they're starting to pucker quite a bit, aren't they? So I need to whip some of those off and try them while they're still fresh, which is my plan for this afternoon. So yeah, moving on down here, we've got this gorgeous specimen, which is actually my favourite one so far, just in terms of its looks, is a variegated sugar rush, obviously. Just starting to come into flower now. This one over here is slightly more mature, actually has an open flower back here. Variegated sugar rush. Basically my idea is to wait until I've got an isolated pod on one of these and then start crossing the hell out of it. So once that isolated pod grows to full size and I know that I've got isolated seeds, I'm just going to start crossing. I've got plenty of plants to cross with, as you can see. So I'm just going to start doing that. And delving over here into the mess, I think this branch belongs to Dorset Naga. So once again I'm going to try and cross that with a variegated sugar rush. That'll be interesting. It's not producing any pods at the moment, which is kind of a shame. There is a plant in here which belongs to a Remert. Again, no pods on that one yet. Hoping for some to try. And down here is pretty much my pride and joy at the moment. This is my variegated sugar rush stripey crossed with Ahi Guyana F2. You can see that is a gorgeous looking pod, just nestled away in there. Really looking forward to that one ripening up. It's a gorgeous looking plant, lovely foliage, no issues with dropping leaves, no issues with producing flowers. You can see it's flowering away quite happily. So I'm really happy with how it's turning out so far. At the back here is a ghost dropping from Boss, and you can see I've got a couple of pods. I don't know if they're coming out on camera or not, probably not, but yeah, a couple of pods forming on it. Basically every flower is turning into a pod, so it's doing really well. That tall plant at the back, my mature capsicum rhomboideum, as you can see it's massive, it's huge. Plenty of pods coming in on that, plenty of flowers turning into pods. You can just get a scale of how big it is, it's massive. A couple of sweet snacking peppers grown from supermarket seeds, just for the boys. And this one is a Vitali cross Leopard Reaper F3, or Death Leopard as it's now referred to. Death Leopard F3s, and these are my Hallowed Flame F3s as well. They're doing really well. Flowers, no pods yet on these. Another IC009 producing these lovely light coloured pods, which have like a kind of waxy texture to them. They look really interesting. Looking forward to trying them. And I think that's pretty much it to show you in the tent. I guess we'll go outside next. Starting over here, got my Ahi Amarillo. No sign of it starting to ripen yet, but this plant is huge. This plant's really big. It's done really well in that bucket. Massive. Loaded with pods. And it should start flowering again soon too. And down here, got my carrots, which have also done really well. But we don't. Yeah, the rainbow carrot's doing really well. You can see that in there. Start of a carrot forming. Bit of bindweed. Can't do anything about that, unfortunately. This is Ahi Melicoton. What's curious about these is that they seem to take a little bit longer to flower than my other Bactums, and they're dropping a few flowers too. But it has been quite hot, so I'm hoping that will die down. Also, it's been kind of mutilated a bit. Not sure what's done that. I have my theories. It's some kind of beetle, but it's a tad annoying. And my Chiltepin lemon drop, it's just done fantastically this year. So much better than last year. It's absolutely loaded with flowers. Got loads of pods ripening. Yeah, possibly going to try one of these small ones today. Might wait for one of the bigger ones to ripen up. But yeah, should have plenty of pods to choose from. done really well. Flower bed is starting to die back a bit. Starting to get invaded with bindweed, things like that. The marigolds started to be eaten by slugs. Not a problem though. And my zinnias. They look really good. And that's blueberry. Can't beat that. So, this absolute monster of a plant is my yellow sorrel. And as you can see, there are a few pods coming through already, and it just has not stopped growing. I think this is a 30-litre pot, so it's quite big. And yeah, basically nice and healthy. Hoping to win a competition with this. I might cross some of these. But yeah, this is a delicious variety. Say Dorset Naga across a lemon drop. Not sure what generation it is, but it seems fairly stable. Seems to produce these kind of blobby pods, which are quite cool, quite unique. This is the Tiger Fang F2. Interested to see what colour these pods turn. Putting out a lot of flowers, a lot of new growth. This is another Ahi rainforest. As you can see, I've had a bit of strange growth. I'm not sure whether this is mites or herbicide or something like that. It's come up, it's cropped up in a few places. Just keep an eye on it. The new growth seems pretty unaffected. This is a Fatman F2 without the bubblegum calyx, so I'm not keeping that. This one I always forget. I'm not sure why it's so droopy. It's well watered. It's very well watered. Does have a few pods on it actually. Just looking in there. It's pretty cool. And this is my Fatman bubblegum F2. A few ripe pods actually. Very hot. Unfortunately, no bleeding calyx. It's a bit of a bummer. Gonna have to grow more F2s to try and find that. And here is another Ahi melicoton. Again, hasn't quite flowered yet. Sort of on its way to. Beautiful plant that is. Love that. And got my tomatoes in here. As you can see, this whole greenhouse thing ripped. Piece of shit. Couple of sweet potatoes, cucumbers in the back, this on the left here, looking very good. Down there, some of the peppers which I chucked out, which weren't doing so well. Didn't have the heart to kill them, so I threw them outside. This one is an absolutely gorgeous plant. Just look at that. And this is the bubblegum 7 orange purple flower. Unfortunately, again, no bleeding calyx, but the orange pods are so striking against the dark foliage. It's a really lovely plant. I'm getting some larger pods coming through somewhere. Really good. PS chocolate ricotta. I've had to bring this in and out a few times just because of the wind. Wind's been pretty relentless this year. That is a ripe pod in there. Gorgeous chocolate colour. I'll be trying that one this afternoon. And it's been putting out these lovely large pods with that distinct shape to them. It's fantastic. It's a really healthy looking plant. This one, another IC009. Not sure if that's variegated or deficient. Either way, it's quite sad. Just waiting for me to put it out of its misery. Bending Highlands variegated. A beautiful plant, but no pods quite yet. I have a feeling that'll be coming soon. And this is my Volante Peach. Something I tried to do last year, but had no luck with. It's just very good, doesn't it? Herbs and strawberries growing nicely. Curry plant, basil, mint, bee, more strawberries, sage, some oregano, orange balm, our spring onions, and a cucumber plant. It should come to something soon. Tomato. I believe this one is alfalfa. And as you can see, I've got my dripper system set up. Drippers are on. Got a few tomatoes. Been growing nicely. Only put these in last week. Chinese lantern. And yeah, this tomato is very productive, very bushy. And another cucumber plant, which is actually getting the right idea and trying to grow up the trellis, which is fantastic. And autumn's potatoes are doing amazingly. There's a couple that are starting to die back now. But the single seed potato challenge are looking really good. Sorry, just being attacked by a wasp. Okay, stay away from him. This perennial wall rocket that I grew is starting to get seed. Beautiful flowers. Really nice. These are going to be huge next year. Echiums. Fat load of lettuce for the boys. They've been loving that. Something that they can have every day. So we decided to grow it. And that's shot up over the last sort of 3 weeks or so. A rogue tomato plant in the bed there. Ahi Trinity. Cool little honeybee down there. It's a very smart little bee. Probably making another cross for me. Yeah, you can see my drippers going. And yeah, I've got a few ripe pods on this plant. Trying one of them today. That over there, also an Ahi Trinity. Similar kind of shape and ripe colour. I was under the impression that these are all going to turn white when ripe, but they turned yellow. It's another Ahi Trinity. I'm not sure if that's ripe or not. still feels quite firm, so I'm going to leave it sort of like a very pale yellow colour. But some of these new pods that are coming in are really quite waxy and nice, and quite long. Strange, it's almost the size of a banana. And over here, Thunder Mountain Longhorn. This plant hasn't done great. It's not been the healthiest plant out here, but it has been putting out some crackers. Look at these, quite long and twisty. The longest one's actually at the back there. But yeah, pretty cool. I've enjoyed growing it. And this is an interesting one. This is supposed to be a lemon spice jalapeno, but I don't know if you can see that. They've got like little appendages to them. The pods have little tails, sort of almost reminiscent of a bikino, which is what some people have suggested that it might be a cross with. Me, I'm not convinced. I don't necessarily see anything Chinense about it. There's no constriction on the calyx. But yeah, there's definitely a cross of some kind, because there's a lot of purple involved. More purple than I would expect. But yeah, very interesting one. And my sugar beetroot, which is doing very well. So yeah, very happy with the growth on these plants this year. We've had an amazing summer. Really couldn't ask for better weather, really. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.